What's up, family and friends? Welcome to the Woke Nation. And how are you doing? Hope you're doing well for yourself, wherever you are. Enjoying your day. Right here it's raining. It's a nice day and raining summer day. So no matter what it is, you have to live your life. It is your life. Your life is not a gift. And no part of you is a gift from any God. Okay? You are natural and everything about you is natural. You begin to have problem when you switch to spirituality or religion. That's when you are mixing it up with nature. Those who hold on to African spirituality say it is with nature. Spirituality and nature does not go together. It is people spiritualizing nature, especially what they don't understand. They tend to put it into one imaginary being or some imaginary beings like that. But it's not so. Or some people religionize it like, oh, this is our religion is this, it is according to this, our God is the one that created this. No, just pause a moment. Can't you think? If there is God that created this world, heaven and earth, and this God you say exists is alive, why this God don't care about showing up? Just think about it. The only reason you can tell me you don't know your parents is they are dead. Or you don't care to know them. Maybe they offended you. Or they tell you somebody tell you I adopted you, but your real parents they are living so they offended you feel offended that you know what, you don't give a fuck about them. But if you have your senses intact, if you are still reasoning as a human being, you're supposed to know your parents. You're supposed, whether they say you or you're supposed to know your parents. Let me just see this my parents. But religion gave you this God, tell you is invisible. If God is real, God won't be invisible. Because God is supposed to be almighty. God's supposed to be the creator. How can the creator be invisible? But what that creator created is visible. Think. You're supposed to be like your creator. You're supposed to be like the God you worship. So if you are like that God, if you are like that creator, why can't you see this creator? You keep believing he exists just because the ignorance of people and their fear taught you to believe, to hold it so, to believe it so. That's how it should be. You have to just believe it. Some will ask you, you have nothing to lose. Okay, after death, if there is no God, okay, that's it. No. Okay, why are you talking about God now? If I need after death to see God, okay, let me also after death, that's when I will believe in God. After that, that's when I will worship God. If I cannot see God now, I cannot worship God now. If I cannot see God now, I cannot believe God now. Do you get that? When you go to the store or to market to buy something, you don't pay for what you have not seen. At least they put sample there. You may need a lorry load or container load. But at their store, they put the sample. You see the sample. This is what you are buying. You have not seen the sample of the God you worship. They tell you this God has no form. One of our brothers said that in the divine, there is no form. It's still part of made up. It is belief. It's somebody that made that divinity up or divine. Somebody made it up. It's not real. What is real to all of us. Just like the sun. We don't argue the existence of the sun or non-existence of the sun, because everyone needs to see the sun. Sun don't reveal himself to some people and hide himself to some people. You hear believers telling you, oh, God will reveal himself to you. Time will come, God will reveal himself to you. This will happen. God, what do your parents reveal themselves to you when you need them or when you pray? No. But you have this God you say is almighty. You have to pray, cry, waiting on him to show himself. And you say you are happy worshiping him like that. No, you are not. You are a dummy worshiping him like that. You need to change. You need to change your mentality, change your mindset. Mindset is everything. Mindset is everything. If you can change your mindset, you see how easy you change your life. The reason why believers never change is because they never change their mindset. Their mind is made up. Jesus is my Lord. Jesus is alive. Jesus is this, Jesus is that. Have you seen this Jesus? No. But their mind has been made up. It is hard for you to convince them. It is hard for you to open their eyes. But it's not impossible. That's why we continue sowing the seed and bearing the witness. We are seed sowers and witnesses. We testify of what we know. The believers want to believe. They are free. If they don't know what we are saying in this life, in their next life, they will. So we need to keep showing them the evidence that God does not exist. And that's why I titled this, You Are Better Than God. Think about it. You, as a human being, you are better than God. To some of you believers, this is heresy. This is evil speaking. You don't want to hear it. It's heresy. It's candidate of hell. It's devil. It's Satan. Why are you listening to him? I don't ask you to listen to me. I just ask you to think. Why can't you practice Job chapter 35 verse 10? He said these things happen, but none of them ask, where is my God? The one they say gives song in the night, where is this God? They say he can do what? Where is this God? They say he can heal. They say, where is this God? They say he can supply money. Where is this God? They don't ask that because it is an abomination for them to ask that. Asking question about God or the way about God attracts cause to them. What their God give them is causes for asking question. Wrath for asking question. How dare you to ask God question? Can they ask the one that bear it? What are you doing? Oh, you are better than God. I made that post yesterday. You are better than God. I said in one of my posts that I am greater than God. I am stronger than God. And especially women, young ladies. These young ladies, what is wrong with your brain? That your parents indoctrinated you does not mean you can't at least for a moment use your own brain, activate it and think for yourself. Especially women attacking me. Wow. You are better than God, but I will still use your belief to show you that you are better than God. Number one, God does not exist, but you exist. That's why you are better than God. You can show up just as you show up reading this or listening to me. God cannot show up. God cannot listen to me. Every God have eyes they cannot see. Every God have ears they cannot hear. Every God have mouth they cannot speak. Every God have legs they cannot walk. Every God have hands they cannot do anything. Every God have toes they cannot make sound. Why? Because they are man-made. They don't exist, but you exist. That's why you are better than them. And that's why you should also be better than your ancestors, because your ancestors don't exist the way you exist now. You are the ancestors you are talking about. But many of you have been limiting yourself with your belief in ancestors, with your belief in God. You need to grow up and stop this bullshit you are doing in the name of belief. Some of you believe you cannot have a life without belief system. Who tell you that nonsense? You weren't born with belief system. Anything you weren't born with, and anything that is not natural, you can live without that thing, no matter how people will cherish that thing. If you are not born with that, and that thing is not part of this nature, you can live without it. It's like telling me you cannot live without car. Well, that's nonsense. Man-made car, you can live without car. And you can make one. If you want to, if you choose to. So stop believing all this nonsense. God, there is God, but I cannot see God. There is God who created me, but I cannot. A God that created you, you cannot see that God. And you still have the God to be speaking. You have lost your mind. If there is God that created you, it is common sense for you to see that God. Relate with that God. Can't you see how you feel when you see your parents? Even those that are disagreeing with you. You see, when you see them, you feel because they are your family. They are one with you, one blood. But you say you are one spirit with God now. Yet you cannot see this God. You say God is a spirit. Who told you that? Man. You say, some of you claim you have seen God. Okay, tell us how God looks. You say, no, you have to be spiritual to understand. That's bullshit. So you are better than God because you exist, but God does not exist. I mean, you are real, God is not real. You are the only one that can show up. God cannot show up. With man, things are possible, but with God, nothing is possible. With God, all things are impossible. You cannot achieve, you cannot do anything in this world with God unless you are a stupid person ascribing your effort to God. Another one, God is wicked, you are good. Man is naturally good. Man is not evil. Religion corrupts man. Spirituality corrupt man. Why is it that religion or spirituality corrupt man? Because spirituality and religion, they comes with hierarchy, separation. They separate man from woman. They separate man from another man. They say this one is anointed, this one is not. This one is chosen, this one is not. This one is called, this one is not. This one is used by God, this one is not. That's the havoc religion and spirituality has hit on us human beings. They mess up humanity. Religion turns man into wicked person. Spirituality turns man into wicked person. And you know the most wicked thing you can ever do is hiding knowledge from people. That's what spirituality and religion does. No, those of you that are claiming African spirituality, no, it's not religion. That's bullshit. It's the same thing. The difference is this. In spirituality, you are free to do whatever you want or worship whatever you want. But in religion, they organize it. It's simple. Spirituality is unorganized religion. And religion is organized, organized belief. Spirituality is unorganized belief. Anyone can believe, okay, this tree is the one that helps me. This one say, no, it is, okay, it's this stone. But they don't fight among themselves when it comes to spirituality. But in religion, it's organized. But both of them were ordained to control you. Man gave you that to control you, and they limit you. Anything that controls you limits you. That thing has to make you to see yourself as slave for that thing to control you. You're not supposed to have anything controlling you. You're not supposed to have any man controlling you unless you are a little child. And it will not be forever. You grow up. That's why growth is there. You grow to live your life. God is wicked according to the Bible. In Isaiah chapter 45 verse 7, God is saying he creates evil. Another word for evil is wicked. Another word for wicked is atrocity. That's why you see everywhere God is mentioned, people do abominable things, committing a lot of atrocities against their own fellow human being, against themselves. Belief system, whether it's African spirituality or foreign religion, they don't want you to be yourself. They want you to believe you are something else. They want you to trust on something else, not on yourself. It is time you wake up, Africans. It is time you wake up, my people, especially you Africans. See how spiritual you are. See how religious you are. Yet, you are the poorest in the world. You are the most one suffering. Although you have resources than others, yet you are the one suffering. You claim to be a human being like others, but they keep treating you like animal because you have belief system. Africans lost their heritage because of the switch from African science to African spirituality. Somebody begin to imagine afterlife, this will happen. Afterlife, this will happen. You have to do this. Afterlife, this. All that bullshit is spirituality. They have nothing to do with substance, with how you're supposed to live your life humanly and live better. You cannot build road with African spirituality. You cannot invent anything with African spirituality. They try to spiritualize everything. Herb has nothing to do with spirituality. It is nature. The roots have nothing. That's why our ancestors, they use African science to give the world medicine. Oh, herbalist, native doctor, you begin to think spiritual thing. It's not, there's nothing spiritual. Yes, some people have the natural ears to hear the grass speak. They understand the noise that grass make. They say, oh yeah, grass is speaking. It's natural because you are one with them in nature. All of us are one in this universe. This is our world, our eternal home. That thing you are calling spiritual or religious, no, they are natural. Man ordained that spirituality and religion to keep you in bondage so they can control you. When you are confused, living in bondage, anyone can control you. Take, for example, when you have sickness, when you are sick or you have disease, you see people coming up with all manner of what to do for you to get healed. And you will try them because you are confused. You don't know what to do. But if you know what to do, they can say whatever I say, don't worry about that. Religion, spirituality makes man wicked, hiding knowledge from others. Because when you know, you will live better. But spirituality and religion want to confuse you. So you begin to obey, perform sacrifice, ritual, for you to receive something from something else. Nonsense. We don't need that. All we need is to live, is living like humans. Humanity, that's all we need. We don't need spirituality. We need humanity. We don't need religion. We need humanity. Because we are humans, we are natural, we are spirits, we are not spiritual. Spirit is not invisible, spirit is visible. I am spirit. Soul is not. That's why when you say there is a soul in you, they ask you to prove it, you cannot prove it. Where is the location of soul in your body? You cannot tell, because it's people that made it up. And some people believe you have two souls. Some people believe you have multiple souls. So which one is true? None of them, because they are not part of nature. Live naturally. God is wicked. You are good. Be good. If you live humanly, that's how you be good. The next one, God is weak. You are strong. Anyone that tell you about the power of God is lying. That person is ascribing power, especially human power, to that God. Man made God. So man give God power. Your God is useless. That God you are worshiping, it cannot do anything. That God cannot stop me. That God cannot touch me. That God cannot bless me. That God cannot curse me. It is as useless as that. God is weak. You are strong. You are the one that can move anything. You are the God. You are the one that raised yourself out of that bed and you wake up yourself. No God did that. You did, because you are strong. God is weak, you are strong. When people coming against you to fight you, keep praying to God. You see how they will just kill you easily. But you rise up, you resist, you fight. You fight back. You see how you win. You have to know that you are strong. God is weak. You are better than God because you are strong. God is weak. God cannot do anything. God cannot lift a spoon and put it in your... God cannot do anything. You are the one doing everything you are saying God is doing. Show me one thing God can do for you now. He cannot do anything. God is too useless to be your God. God is too useless to do anything for you. You have to wake up. Say, God is the one that blessed me. He's one that... No, it's not. You are a graduate. You did it. You are the one that studied. You sat for that exam and you passed. My daughter passed her driving test today to get her driver's license. So yeah, you did it. She graduated yesterday. I say she did it. Not any God. Imagine if I'm still a Christian, how I'll be preparing for Thanksgiving service in a church. Stupid thing. How I'll be preparing to come online making posts. I said, join me to thank God. God, I've done it. God did nothing. My daughter is stronger than God. Although she still believes in God, but because I used to be like that also. But I keep showing her who did this. She will say, so she comes, she thanked me. She said, Dad, thank you for all the money you put in there for me to go for the driving school and I pass it. She thanked me. Not thank God, Daddy. No, for what? She already know me. She know you don't fuck with me with God. Fuck God. God is useless. God is too useless to be my God. There's nothing that will make me worship God in this world. Nothing. No devil. Nothing will make me worship God. When I know I'm stronger than God. What can God do for you? Nothing. But I can do something for you. God can do nothing. Nothing. God cannot even drive a car. I'm driving a car. God cannot. If you're angry, show me how. Let God come and drive car. Let's see. God is too useless for you to give thanks to him, for you to ascribe any strength to him. He said, ascribe strength to God. If God exists, you don't need to ascribe strength to him because he's God. He's supposed to, do what? When you do something, I don't ascribe strength to you because I know you did it. All I have to do is to thank you. Not after I do something, I say it is God that did it. Then let me give thanks to God. It doesn't make sense. And many of us are living that life. You did something and you are giving thanks to God. Why? God can do nothing for you. God has not done anything for you. Stop believing the lie. Oh, it is God. It is not. Tell yourself the truth so that the truth will set you free. It is that simple. Stop living a lie for whatever reason. No. Live your life, not a lie. Another one, you are nicer than God. God is wicked, but you are nice. You are wiser than God also. Look at the foolish God. They tell you God created this. If you are God, will you create mosquito that will be biting, sucking the blood of your children and giving them malaria? You say God is wise. God is not wise. And they tell you God is all wise. Oh, for where? He's not wise. A God that created people and decided to drown them. You say that God is wise. He created all people. He said they are good. Then after he repented and drowned them. Instead of fixing them, he drowned them. Human being made car, and if car have problem, they fix it. But instead of God fixing the people he made, he's so foolish, he begin to drown them. And you see religious people having that mindset because their children don't obey them, don't respect them, they want to kill them. Some of them are also killing their children. Oh, my child is stealing, I can't stand that shame. They begin to plan how to kill that child. And they believe in God. God is silly. God is useless. God is wicked. God is useless. Just trash God. Understand. that God can do nothing for you, but you can do a lot for you and for others. That's what makes you human. You have the will and the power to make things happen. And I see you making things happen. Wake unto the woke nation again. Peace.